What does luxury mean? Is it a watch that tells the time, or a work of art that decorates your wrist? If you ask any ordinary person, they would tell you what it means for them. But if you ask someone who has experienced real wealth, they'll say it's all about exclusivity. Today we're going to unveil some of the most exquisite items that only billionaires can afford. So sit back, relax, and let's get into it. The sky isn't the limit when you have enough money. If anything, it's just the beginning. There are many private jets out there, but not all of them can be considered luxurious. Most of them are fast, spacious, and reliable, but when push comes to shove, these features are more important for business class than first class. When you're a billionaire, you don't travel for business, you travel for leisure. That's why you need a jet that can turn heads as well as get you from point A to point B. One of the most popular models among the super rich is the Airbus corporate jet. It's an ACJ320, which is already a luxurious aircraft, but the corporate jet comes with extra perks like an onboard bar, separate living quarters for the pilots, and a master bedroom with an enormous bed and an office. Some versions even come with a small spa so you can get a massage before touching down. The best part is that it doesn't feel like you're flying at all. Thanks to its special insulation, it's much quieter than other private jets. So you can watch a movie, take a nap, or even walk around without having to shout over the engine noise. This bad boy will run you $47 million. And don't think for a second that you won't have to pay extra for customization. If we had to guess what's the one thing every billionaire loves, it would be speed. That's why most of them have a collection of super expensive cars. But when you reach the top, you want to go faster than anyone else. Enter the Bugatti La Voiture Noire. It's the most expensive new car ever sold, and it cost a whopping $18.6 million. Now, you might be thinking, that's just a lot of money for a car. What makes it so special? Well, for starters, it's a one-of-a-kind vehicle. It was designed by a team of 60 engineers and took over a year to manufacture. Every single detail was carefully thought out, and there's no doubt that this is one of the most beautiful cars ever made, but it's also one of the fastest. With a top speed of 261 miles per hour, you'll be able to leave everyone in the dust. Just make sure you don't get pulled over by the police. They won't be too happy to see you speeding in a car that costs more than their entire fleet. We've talked a lot about billionaire toys, but now it's time to talk about their homes. And let us tell you, they don't do things in a small scale. We're used to seeing celebrities buy huge mansions for tens of millions of dollars, but compared to a billionaire's mansion, those are just apartments. One of the most famous examples is Château de Versailles, which is a replica of the Palace of Versailles in France. It took 5 years to build and has 40 bedrooms, 5 living rooms, and a 2-story library with over 20,000 historical books. The chateau also has a grotto, a greenhouse, and manicured gardens that cover 3 acres of land. Oh, and did we mention that it has a 50-seat theater? For a night in, you'll need to fork up a cool $300 million. You know what's better than owning a car? Owning an entire factory. That way you don't have to worry about traffic jams or parking tickets. You can just zoom in anytime you want. Jeff Bezos did exactly that when he bought the former GM plant in 2019. He didn't reveal what his plans were for the facility, but it's rumored that he'll use it to manufacture the first ever Amazon-made car. Who knows? Maybe one day soon we'll see an Amazon delivery truck driver cruising down the highway in style. The plant covers 1 million square feet and cost him around $700 million. Not bad for a billionaire who likes to keep his options open. When you're a billionaire, you don't want to blend in with the crowd. You want to stand out and make a statement. That's why so many of them buy custom-made luxury items. They know that they can afford the best, and they take full advantage of it. Take, for example, the world's most expensive refrigerator, which costs $1.5 million. It's handmade with 24-karat gold and can keep your food fresh for weeks on end. But it's not just about the quality, it's also about the prestige. When you own something that no one else does, you know that you're at the top of the food chain. The same goes for everything else. From furniture to jewelry, billionaires prefer custom-made items because they can control the quality, the design, and the materials used. They don't have to worry about getting something that someone else has because they know that they can afford to get something unique. After all, when you have money, you have taste. Alright, so far we've taken a look at some of the most luxurious items that money can buy, but we haven't really talked about the finer things in life. We're talking about the kind of jewelry that only a billionaire could pull off. And let us tell you, it doesn't get any more extravagant than the Hope Diamond. This gem is worth an estimated $350 million and is one of the rarest diamonds in the world. It weighs 45.5 carats and is blue. The diamond was actually stolen from the French crown jewels in 1811, but eventually made its way into the hands of a private collector. Today, it's owned by the Washington, D.C.-based Harry Winston and is considered to be the company's most valuable asset. Another option is the pink star, which is currently the world's largest internally flawless fancy-cut pink diamond. It weighs 59.60 carats and was sold at auction in 2017 for $71.2 million. That's still a bargain considering that the previous owner had paid $50 million for it just a few years earlier. But you won't find these diamonds at your local jewelry store. They're simply too valuable and too rare. They're also insured for hundreds of millions of dollars, making them some of the most closely guarded gems in the world. If you want something a little less flashy, though, you could always opt for the Wittelsbach diamond. It weighs 31.06 carats and is set in a necklace owned by Queen Elizabeth II. Or you could go for the Cullinan, which is a 3,106 carat diamond that was once part of the British royal scepter. Ultimately, the choice is yours. But whatever you pick, you can be sure that you'll be wearing something that very few people in the world can afford. So there you have it, folks. If you're not a billionaire, you're not alone. But hey, now you know what it's like to live the high life. You just got a glimpse into the world of billionaires and saw some of the most luxurious items that money can buy. From private jets to mansions, cars, and jewelry, these people live a life of luxury that most of us can only dream about. But hey, maybe one day you'll be one of them. So keep working hard, stay focused, and never give up on your dreams. Who knows? Maybe one day you'll be cruising down the highway in your own custom-made Bugatti or relaxing in your private jet. As you fly to your next exotic vacation destination,